Hi, Jonaed. I'm here with Jonaed Iqbal of nodegree.com. Jonaed, why do people use your service and what is it?
So I help people without college degrees find meaningful jobs that pay well. So that's nodegree.com. And why would someone use someone like me? So I do resumes and interview prep for people. And I actually do it for people of all backgrounds, although I specialize in people without college degrees. A lot of people, they apply online and it's honestly a black box, right? They keep on getting rejection after rejection after rejection. I know what works online and I know how to properly sell someone through their resume and do it in an accurate manner so that when they get called for an interview, they're getting called for their highlights and accomplishments and they're beating out their competition. And especially it's one of those things that one of the most important things you do and you spend 8 hours a day in your career, why wouldn't you invest in a professional that knows what they're doing?
Are you getting a lot of business right now?
Yeah, I guess it's unfortunate in a certain way, only because it sucks to hear people getting laid off. I've recently done a resume for someone who's been working at a company 17 years, and then just one day out of the blue, it's their manager kind of calls and says, "Hey, I have HR on the phone, and they're no longer." And it kind of sucks when the business comes from a negative place in
Hmm.
terms of not because someone's really looking for the next jump, but more because they have some fear and uncertainty just due to the economic situation. But it has been keeping me busy.
So that seems like they would need you even more if they're
Yeah,
coming from that place.
yeah, now it's like they need me more because before they kind of was extremely, good compared to now, and it was like there were employers were competing for people and all that. Now it's like you have more people, you have less jobs. Employers have more people to choose from for the ones that are hiring, and they're being more selective.
And you do all of this virtually, correct?
Right now, I do everything virtually. Before I would meet people in coffee shops, but now it just doesn't make, it's just not worth the risk. And if someone wants to meet in person in New York or New Jersey, it's a good sign that I don't want them as my clients right now.
Right now, no. But when things get back to some semblance of normal, then you will do it either virtually or in person, or do you prefer?
Yeah, I like doing it in person in New York because sometimes just the body language, just the connection is especially for sometimes interview prep. I like doing it in person, but the remote does have some flexibility, right? That we're not tied to a physical location. They have some flexibility. They're the comfort of their own home. So, but like I said, each has its pros and cons.
Hmm. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I tell someone just make sure that they really invest, whether it's money or time, into their job search. I find that most people they try not to do either, and it's like, look, if you don't want to spend money on a professional, please spend like the 30 to 60 hours of research. The worst thing about not investing time in your job search, you never know the opportunities you miss out on, right? There are some people who I've helped, and sometimes as simple as a format change takes them from 0 interviews to five. They're getting five. Now it's like if you actually update the content, it'll take it to another level. And now it's like if you know the specific content and you're targeted, it can take it to a completely different level. And then people actually get surprised, like, wow, I didn't realize that this document was the gateway to what I wanted to do, and that's what stopped me from reaching the people I wanted to reach.
I think that's very true, especially in these times. If you lose your job suddenly, and it's probably not even your fault, you're not looking at yourself the way somebody else is looking at you and seeing your positives and your strengths and really maximizing those in your outreach to the world, right? It takes another pair of eyes who can say, you're really good at this, and this should really be what you stress, and etc. So it sounds like that's what you do, and you're very good at it.
Yeah, a lot of times it's like people already know all the things they've done. They just don't know how to properly put it on a piece of paper, or they don't think it's as big as they would like as they it actually is. So it's like I come in and I kind of say, "Hey, why don't you put that?" Or, "Hey, you put I manage people, but why don't you put the type of people you manage and the amount?" Because they don't know you. They're making their first impression off of this piece of paper. So you have to make sure that it's the right amount of detail, right? Because there's a balance. You don't want too little detail, but you also don't want too much, right? If you start going into the hair color of the people you manage that ends up being a little too much. So it's all about finding the right balance. And for most people, they only do a resume here and there when they're switching jobs, whereas someone like me does it multiple times a week.
That's a good point. Something that you do all the time, you're very, very good at typically. So, how do people find you and get a hold of you?
LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the best way. If you search up my name, Jonaed Iqbal, so Jonaed, last name Iqbal. Fortunately, I'm the only person with that name on LinkedIn, so I'm very easy to find. That's a pretty good way to contact me.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you, Janae.
Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure talking with you.
Same here.